Hi, so my name is Lara Molina, and this is my video for project number 1 for electromechanical systems. For this project, these are the materials that we will be needing. It is divided into 4 parts, but these are the materials that we will need for all of those parts. First of all, we have our breadboard, and then we have our power supply, and then we have a battery, and then we have a microcontroller, and we will be using 3 different resistors, which would be 330, 5K, and 100K, and also our cables. We also have photoresistors or LDRs, a transistor, and LEDs. Um, this is what we'll be using. So for part 1, it's a very simple circuit. It's just making a series to turn on the LED if the photoresistor is receiving light, and for the LED to turn off if there is no light. So for this, we only need the power supply, the breadboard power supply, the battery, a 330 resistor, an LED, and a LDR. So we just connect this from the negative to the positive, making sure that the long leg of the LED is to the positive. And connect the power supply, and it turns on. So now if we cover the LDR, our light turns off. So that's what this part is about. So this is part 1. It's a very simple series, as you can see. So for part 2 of the project, we'll be doing a parallel circuit. So this is different from the one that we did in the past, because in this one, when our photoresistor gets no light, the LED will turn on. And when the photoresistor gets a yes light, the LED will not turn on. So to demonstrate, we'll be using still the same resistor, which would be a 330 resistance. We'll connect it to the positive to the other side as well. Then the photoresistor this time will be separate from the LED. So like this to the negative, and same with the LED. Now when I turn on the circuit and I cover the photoresistor, you can see that the light is on. So that means no light on the photoresistor is yes light on the LEDs. But if I bring my photoresistor closer to my light source here, you see that the LED turns off. So that means that yes light on the photoresistor means no light on the LED. So this is our parallel for this part. So for part 3 of this project, we're going to be using a transistor, which is this 3-leg thing. For this one, we'll also be using 2 different resistors, which would be a 100K one and a 331. Now the goal of this circuit is to make it so that when we have light, the LED is not going to turn on. But when we don't have light, it will turn on. Now this is because with the higher light, there will be a higher current, so that current will go through the photoresistor and not through the LED. But when we have no light, since it's a low current, the current is only gonna go through the LED, which will make it turn on. So that's why we're gonna demonstrate here. So when there's no lights, and after we turn it on, the LED, as you can see, turns on. And then when there is light, it doesn't. So that's part 3 of the project. So for the last part, we're gonna be using a microcontroller. So to our microcontroller will be this Arduino Uno R3, and we'll be using a series of code, as we can see. And in that code, we can see how we're giving a threshold of how much the photo sensor is sensing. And from there, that signal, whatever it gets, it sends it to the LED. So, for example, as we go through the code, it says that we are gonna have these reads, and if the sensor threshold is greater than or equal to the sensor value, the LED will turn on. So to test this, we already have the Arduino in connected. We just upload the code. Now if I were to cover the photo sensor, the LED turns on. So that's basically how we're using the microcontroller for this part. And it's pretty neat. So yeah, that's part 4 of the project, and that's the last part. So thank you for watching, and yeah, have a good one.